Today we talk about the Nomads 1% Club. An outlaw president shot two of his own during a clubhouse meeting. Another member turned informant and handed it all to the police. Their founder was found in his own Harley-Davidson dealership. Then came the betrayal. The national president walked away and joined the Hells Angels. Within 24 hours, his car was up in flames. But that was just the beginning. Gunmen hit clubhouses. High-ranking members were taken in sweeping raids. Task Force Raptor was created just to bring them down. This is a true story of one of Australia's most ruthless outlaw motorcycle clubs, the Nomads MC. Let's get into it.
We run the night. We run the night.
It was Newcastle, New South Wales, Australia was already on the edge. Cops cracking skulls and biker culture rising like smoke off the hot pavement. That's when a new club formed, one that didn't want alliances, didn't follow orders. They called themselves the Nomads, not because they were lost, but because they didn't need to call anywhere home. They weren't a chapter of another crew. They were their own thing, 1%ers, and they carried themselves different, quieter than most, but when they moved, the whole city felt it. And from the beginning, the message was simple. We don't stay in one place. We don't follow your rules. And if we show up in your city, we're not asking permission. The Nomads MC started as a standalone outlaw motorcycle club. No support, no subtext, just straight up independence. The patch, cold, classic, recognizable. The Nomads colors are black and white with small wings on each side. Their patch features a top rocket that reads Nomads with wings on each side. A bottom rocket that says Australia or the name of the city. The classic MC block on the right. The center patch is a skull wearing a helmet with wings on the sides. Behind the skull, a set of crossed pistons and two tongues running beneath the skull. It's not about style, it's not about identity. That patch has been seen on every corner of the country, from Sydney streets to the far edges of Adelaide. And when that logo pulls up, everyone knows who it is. On September 12, 2004, three Nomads MC heavyweights showed up at the Newcastle clubhouse. Sam Abraham, president of the Parramatta chapter, Scott Allen Iraq, the club's national president, and member Paul James Griffin. What happened next wasn't a meeting, it was an ambush. Inside the clubhouse, Newcastle Sergeant at Arms was shot in both knees. Member Mark Christie shot in both legs. A third member was beaten, his Nomads colors and rings stripped off him. No outsiders, no rivals. This was Nomad versus Nomad. Then, for a while, everything went quiet. But in May 2006, the silence broke. Dale Campton, now out of the life, turned police informant. He gave up everything. Who was there, what went down, who pulled the trigger. That one move turned the street beef into a full-blown criminal case. In December 2006, 2 years after the shooting, police made their move. They arrested Sam Abraham, Scott Iraq, and Paul Griffin for the September 2004 attack. And they didn't just slap cuffs on Abraham. Cops raided his Parramatta unit and found illegal firearms, ammo, a bulletproof vest, a walking stick with a hidden sword, and nunchucks. He caught 11 weapons and property charges on top of the shooting case. What started as an internal dispute turned into a massive legal storm. And for the Nomads MC, nothing would be the same after that. In April 2007, at approximately 3 a.m., Skin Deep Tattoo, located on King Street in Newtown, Sydney, was targeted in a shooting incident. The establishment was owned by Scott Iraq, who was the national president of the Nomads Motorcycle Club at the time. According to reports, two individuals approached the tattoo parlor on foot and discharged 4 rounds into the premises. The incident occurred during a period of heightened tension within the club, following internal conflicts and legal challenges faced by its leadership. The shooting was perceived as a direct message to Iraq, reflecting the volatile environment surrounding the Nomads MC during that era. While no injuries were reported, the attack underscored the escalating hostilities and the risks associated with leadership positions in 1% clubs. The perpetrators were not apprehended and the case remains unsolved. The incident contributed to the ongoing narrative of internal strife and external pressures faced by the Nomads MC in the mid-2000s. In October 2008, After 4 years of countless headlines, a former Nomad sergeant at arms turned police informant. The courtroom finally delivered its decision. Sam Abraham, president of the Parramatta chapter, Scott Rock, national president, Paul Griffin, senior member, all three stood trial for the September 2004 shooting at the Nomads Newcastle clubhouse, where 2 members were shot in the legs and the third was beaten and stripped of his colors. But despite the violence, despite the testimony, they all walked. All 3 were acquitted. No convictions. No jail time. Just like that, the case fell apart. And if anyone thought that would calm things down inside the Nomads MC, you're dead wrong. The shift of power was already in motion. And Scott Rock's next move would change everything. In October 2008, while the courts were acquitting Sam Abraham, Scott Rock, and Paul Griffin for the 2004 clubhouse shooting, the Nomads lost something bigger. John Thomas Brown, known on the street as Metho Tom. His body was found in a Harley-Davidson dealership in Blacktown, suspected that he took his own life by hanging. For those inside the club, this wasn't just a headline. This was the loss of the original Nomad. He was there from day one, helped build the club's foundation in New South Wales, and ran one of the most successful outlaw-connected Harley dealerships in the country. But behind the business and the patch, the pressure was real. Police pressure, media heat, club politics, and on that day in October, the weight finally broke him. Metho Tom was gone, and with him, a generation of nomads faded into history. Real quick, if you enjoy MC culture content, smash the like and the subscribe button, and give me a pound wherever you're from, and get your Ghostavelli mask, shades, Demons Row snapbacks in all colors, tank tops, crew necks, track races. We got it all, and you can get it on www.demonsrow.com. Let's get back into it. On February 27, 2009, at approximately 9:15 p.m., the Nomads Motorcycle Club Sydney chapter clubhouse on Childer Street in Marrickville was attacked. 14 members were present when masked gunmen entered the premises and opened fire. 3 members sustained gunshot wounds to their legs and lower torsos. The assailants fled the scene, and the victims were transported to Royal Prince Alfred Hospital for treatment. This incident occurred amidst escalating tensions among outlaw motorcycle clubs in Sydney, following the disbandment of the Nomads Parramatta chapter and the emergence of the Notorious gang. The Marrickville shooting underscored the volatile environment and the risks associated with club affiliations during this period. On December 2nd, 2009, Scott Rock, national president of the Nomads MC, made a move that shocked the entire outlaw scene in Australia. He left the Nomads, and he didn't just walk away quietly. He patched over to the Hells Angels, a full-blown switch, and he didn't go alone. Several Nomads came with him. This wasn't a retire and ride into the sunset situation. This was a direct insult to the patch he once wore and a strategic power move in Sydney's outlaw hierarchy. Less than 24 hours later, the message came back. Rock's car was set on fire, burned out on the streets. The streets were talking, and the message was clear. You don't leave the Nomads, go to the Hells Angels without consequences. This move triggered one of the most hostile biker feuds Australia had seen in years. Tensions between the Nomads and the Hells Angels reached critical levels. Police surveillance increased, task force mobilized, and retaliation wasn't a matter of if, it was when. Rock had changed the game, and the war was just getting started. Scott leaving ignited a chain reaction, and what happened next turned Sydney into a war zone. Drive-bys, fire bombings, shootings across suburbs. It's no longer just clubs going at each other. It's open warfare, and it's dragging neighborhoods, businesses, and bystanders into the blast radius. The government decided to respond with one word: Raptor. In 2009, the NSW Gang Squad created a hard-hitting unit with one mission: crush outlaw motorcycle clubs by any means necessary.
Raptor squad officers have swung the axe.
It's the police squad so secretive, few know about it.
Police squads are ramping up the war on organised crime bosses.
This has been the biggest investigation and operation that the AFP's run in its 40-year history.
Raptor raided Nomads and Hells Angels properties, confiscated bikes, shut down events. They hit clubhouses before dawn and arrested members in front of their families. Raptor didn't want to negotiate. They wanted to break the structure from the top down. The defection of one man, Scott Rock, set off a chain of events that changed the game forever. On January 30, 2015, Wetherill Park, Sydney, a Nomads MC clubhouse gets hit hard. 13 members are arrested in a single day, but this wasn't for guns and narcotics. This was under new legislation, laws designed to make it illegal to consort with convicted criminals. Translation, just standing in the same room as your brothers can now get you locked up. And that's exactly what happened. Police raided the property, shut it down, and hit the Nomads with the 1-2 combo. Mass arrests, forced closure of their Wetherill Park clubhouse. It was a message not just to the Nomads, but to every outlaw club in New South Wales. Even being in the same room can cost you your freedom. Raptor didn't need an indictment. Now all they needed was your company. On May 27, 2015, New South Wales and South Australia, in coordinated operation involving 170 officers across 2 states, 12 individuals associated with the Nomads were arrested. Among those arrested were high-ranking members, the Adelaide chapter president, the Adelaide sergeant at arms, and the New South Wales vice president. Police alleged that the offenses were committed against members or associates who failed to comply with the club's demands. These events marked a significant escalation in law enforcement's efforts to dismantle the Nomads' operations, leading to a substantial weakening of the club's structure and influence. They never wanted to be the biggest. They didn't care about fame. The Nomads MC built their name the old way, through fear, through silence, through force. From the back streets of Newcastle, the federal task force knocking at their door. They outlasted presidents, rivals, and even their own ghosts. But the name still carries weight. Nomads MC will always be a symbol of independence, power, and consequences. Because in the world of 1%ers, only the ruthless survive. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments what clubs or club members you would like to see featured next. Subscribe for more MC culture content. I got another video on the Devil's Disciple MC. It'll be linked above. And thank you for tuning in to Demons Road TV, the holy grail of MC culture. Like, subscribe, and comment. And oh yeah, we ghosting, baby.